Hey everyone, Mike Mulligan here. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am a certified orientation mobility specialist, and today I'm going to be talking about one aspect of the 5-point travel system. For those of you who missed my previous blog and video about my intro into the 5-point travel system, I definitely recommend just taking a look at that just to have some familiarization with what I'm talking about. So let's get into it. So today I'm going to be talking about the first skill, which really is a foundational skill that all the other 4 skills will be built upon. And that is using route patterns or shapes as a way of determining one's orientation in their environment. So route patterns or shapes are important because they help with knowing where someone is and where they're going, and really just gives you a mental map of, okay, this is the direction I've gone, this is the direction I'm going, and it's really a good skill to have. And many kind of experienced travelers are already doing this, probably not in the way I'm presenting it today, but it's just something that is good, especially for people who are looking to become more independent travelers or just find themselves getting disoriented a lot in their environment. Route shapes are something that is broken down into 4 different shapes. They're categorized by using different English capital letters, which are I, L, U, and Z. Again, that's I, L, U, and Z. And I'll break them down individually into each one and give some examples of the different routes and why they're important. And one last thing I want to note is that these routes shapes can be added together. So a Z route can be added to a U route can be added to an L route, and that really will cover pretty much any travel route that someone is going to be taking. So the first route I'm going to talk about is the I-shaped route. So the I route is a route from point A to point B with no turns. So you think of it as a straight line. So a few examples are if you're walking down a hallway, just from one end of the hallway to the other end of the hallway, and you don't make any turns, that would be considered an I route. Or if you're walking around the neighborhood and you're walking from one corner of the block to another corner of the block without making any turns down another street, that would also be considered an I route. And now for the L route. The L route is just building off of the I route. So now it's an I route combined with one turn to make an L shape. So if you're in a hallway, you're walking down the hallway from point A, and then you make a left turn down a intersecting hallway, that would be considered an L route. And it doesn't matter which way you turn, it could be left or right, as long as it's one turn, that is what makes up an L route. And now for a U route is building off of I and L route, and a U route is a route with 2 turns but in the same direction. So you could think of it as if you're walking down the street, you get to the corner, you make a right turn, you walk down the street again until you get to the next corner and make another right turn. That is a U shape. So a U-shaped route is 2 turns in the same direction. And then finally, there's the Z route. So the Z route is like the U route in that it has 2 turns, but this time the 2 turns are in opposite directions. So now instead of turning, say, left and left for a U-shaped turn, this one would be a left and a right. So if you're walking down a hallway, you make a left turn down an intersecting hallway, and then you get to another hallway intersection and you make a right turn, that would be considered a Z route. So I would definitely recommend spending some time to learn these routes, because when you're adding on the other skills, having an idea of what routes you've traveled, so if you've traveled an L-shaped route or a U-shaped route or a Z, it's really going to be a helpful skill to have. And you'll see more in the coming videos when I talk about the other skills and how they all work together. So hopefully this was just a good overview of what different route patterns and shapes are and how to implement them. It's definitely something that takes some skill and takes some time and takes some practice, but definitely worth the time. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this video was helpful, and please stay tuned. I will be talking about the other skills coming out soon. So thank you so much. Have a great day.